Good morning. I'm just setting off again in Eastbourne. Still beautiful, beautiful sunny day on the 11th of May. I'm going to run across to the Lamb, which is a pub over there, and I'm meeting Rob and Jim. And Rob and Jim I met about 20 years ago, and when I lived here we ran miles and miles and miles together over the downs, and we trained for an ultra together, 2 ultras, and basically every single week ran a long run on Sundays at very early o'clock. And at one point I won the Beachy Head Marathon. There's a in Eastbourne there are the 7 sisters, and they're 7 really beautiful hills along the coast, and there's a Beachy Head Marathon that happens every year, 26 miles, 76.2 miles, all over the downs, and it's a beautiful route, and it ends with the 7 sisters. And I won it one year, the women's race. Can't quite remember which year. I think it was 2003, I'm not sure, around then. And Rob won it, the men's race, one year. And I can't tell you what year that was. 2014? circa. And they're both sub 3-hour marathon runners too. And what else? Well, I'm sure they'll tell you all about themselves anyway, but I'm going to meet them and go for a run. I also forgot to, in my introduction, to Rob and Jim, say that they're both sports scientists, and principal looks off in the road. Don't want to get run over. Principal lecturers at the University of Brighton, which is based here in Eastbourne, although it's moving to the Falmouth site very soon, a year or 2 I think. But and they're also very knowledgeable, obviously, of sport in general and strength and conditioning and all the things that we need to do to run well. Running through Gildridge Park, which is a lovely big park that I've lapped many times in the past. And it really is a kind of summer morning, May morning. I have to say that tomorrow, the 12th, I'm not sure when I'll post it, so it may be a bit later. But usually my birthday is a very sunny day. There they are! I like it. He said he hadn't seen a selfie stick for ages.
Yeah, selfie stick. But then why is that even rude to you? Why is that rude? Why is that rude?
It's because you said it.
Oh, yeah.
It's because Jim said it.
You all need to grow up a little bit, don't you?
This is Jim.
I'm 50 now.
This is 50. Jim was 50 on Friday, I'm the 5th.
I'm still laughing at your...
There's lots of fuss, lots of F's, and I'm getting worse. And there's Rob.
Hello. Quite good erection.
They're lowering the tone, and they're going to blame me.
She's going to run with that all the way. Awkward.
This is Rob and Jim. We're going for a run. Good morning, everybody. So I decided not to do a video up the hill, given that it's probably the only hill that I run up in every 2 months. What elevation do we have with that hill?
10-15%, between 10 and 15%.
And we seem to run up it for ages.
Probably more actually, wouldn't you say? Yeah, 15 to 20.
Sections of it, I think.
Yeah.
But then
Depends if I'm on video or not. If I'm not on video, it's about 20.
I've just recovered.
So I was telling all of you, wasn't I, about Rob and Jim? So could you tell them about yourself? So Rob.
So I'm not good with dates. So I met Julia. You're meant to fill in the blanks.
2000.
2000. Julia came to me as a client and lied to me.
I did lie.
Because I said you are you are uninjured now because she just wanted to return to running. But unfortunately, she did still have a chronic injury, but
I
not
lied.
now.
I lied.
So she lied then, so that I would, get her in the door.
And take you on.
And
take
take
me
you
on.
So we did some wonderful lab-based tests. Found that she was extremely fit, and she went on and did wonderful things. And we trained together. We ended up training together and doing our first ultra together. So I want to tell the story of. So I did the Beachhead Marathon for the first time with Julia, and we were running along nicely, and we were coming to the last sort of 5 miles. And suddenly I found out I was just chatting to myself because Julia just ran off and left me. And of course she went on to win the Beachhead Marathon that year, which was wonderful.
You're a very good physiologist.
That's it. Yeah,
Selfless physiologist.
I take the credit.
But 10 years later, Rob won. Also, just to say, in my defence, that when we set off, we'd made an agreement that if either was stronger, they would leave the other.
See, I don't remember making that agreement. I genuinely don't, but obviously I didn't mind at all. I thought it was wonderful that she was able to drop me.
Jim, a word from Jim. Have you got Jim in?
Well,
Yes, I have.
I'll pick up where Rob left off, which was I didn't do anything in a lab with you, Julia, did I? What we started doing was running together after a workshop, and then I think for the next 7 or 8 years I probably spent more time with you running than I did with my family. That was during our ultra lifestyle, wasn't it?
Yes.
Getting up, meeting at silly o'clock in the morning and running until, well, we couldn't run anymore repeatedly, which was always great fun.
I
remember some of the stories or the moments we would just get into this kind of gobbledygook of conversation about white cows in the forest and etc. So we've shared a much more sort of existential relationship, haven't we?
We have. One day, I have to tell this story. One day,
Yeah, you're in.
One day, Jim and I met at 6 a.m. to run for 5 hours. Between 6 and 8, we ran silently as the dawn broke. And then I said, Jim, our relationship has reached a new level because we can be silent together. And Jim said, I've never been speaking all the time, Jim.
Yeah, been silent for years.
Didn't get word of any
Tell
place.
them about the thunderstorm.
I was up here. It was just here, wasn't it, where we just started this video. We just went into that half-light once, didn't we? It was sunny, and then suddenly it went dark. We had this half-light, and there were lightning strikes all around us. And you were saying, Jim, lay on the floor. I thought, well, I mean, that's not a bad way of going out, is it? If the lightning bolt's going to hit you. Okay then, Jude. But that wasn't what she meant, of course. Safety, laying on the floor. But there was this eerie kind of lightning strikes all round us. Happy to say we did survive.
We did, here we are.
Or did we?
Or did we?
Early in the morning for all of that.
Right, did you notice how I've absolved responsibility of the selfie stick?
Also noticed how my arm's starting to ache.
Jim said, am I going to be able to do this? So, well, I'm only new. I'm new.
Oh.
I'm new. I'm a new driver, really.
Let's try it.
Let's try. I'm quite new.
Marcy passed her driving test.
Oh, very good. Oh, very good. Well, I met Rob before he had any children, and his children are now about my age, I think.
Both driving anyway.
Wow.
Family feud. Who's the better driver, Rob?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who is?
Just in case they're watching, they're both equally as good as each other.
I meant the kids or Miriam.
That's Miriam. If you ask them, I'm definitely.
I've forgotten how to drive, I think. That's why I'm probably having trouble with the selfie stick. Because living in London, I don't drive. So that's a thing I just don't practice. And don't they say if you don't use it, you lose it? And of course we are tantamount to that thing that we've kept using it. And here we are. We haven't lost it. This has been a falling over point actually here. A few times. I've fallen here. It was, I remember,
Normally in the wet and when it's
yes,
slippery.
I remember my feet going under me, and I remember the feeling of being in mid-air and a moment of pure nothingness before I hit the ground. I'll show you the hill because it's the start of the Beachy Head Marathon, and it's completely mad.
Start and finish, yeah.
Jim, we need you in the shot.
Why not? I thought you videoed me all the way.
No.
I was running with
my
my
arms-
perfect form.
My arm's not
out front.
My arm's not that long.
Oh, we've got the video the other way round. So all of that nice sort of poise that I was trying to demonstrate running that way.
We were talking yesterday, or I was talking yesterday, about rehabbing from injury and not using Strava and not using data. But you've never, given you're a sports scientist and you're all the things that you are, you've never been a data man, have you?
No, still not interested. This is the most refined piece of kit you'll ever have. So it's your perception of effort, isn't it? How your body feels at a given moment. People that ride on power and numbers and everything that a gadget is telling them isn't as sensitive as the rest of their body. I've never really understood that. But I do also remember sometimes that we go running and we say, well, okay, let's do 2 hours 45 minutes. And then we look at the big clock up on St Mary's Church, and we'd always be a minute or so either side of that, wouldn't we?
He was amazing.
So it was
it's true. I
good
used
pacing.
to just surrender all responsibility and just run like I am this morning.
Well, when I saw it, that was when I saw it, and that was
Now we're on the seafront. Shall I try and hold this, Rob? I have got to
There
learn.
you go. There's less trip hazards.
Yeah, exactly. Going down that hill, there was a possibility of it all going very wrong.
Okay, probability.
We did begin becoming YouTubers back when we were training for our ultra, because we did 2 training diaries and the race, didn't we? And then we did a post. You and me.
You'll have to dig those out again, Julie, and put little snippets into
Yes.
your up-to-date YouTube.
Oh yes, that's true. And I think we were just as mad. Exactly. I was going to say, but I can remember. I was going to say, kind of risque. Then this is gorgeous, isn't it?
I've often referred to Julie as my mad friend, and then I thought, oh, perhaps that I meant it in a kind way, but then you can interpret that in a negative way. Right?
No, I think I take that as a compliment.
Good.
I think that mad friend's a good thing.
Yes.
And the something
Alternative
friend.
Yeah.
I'm the alternative friend. My sister said I'd run up a mountain when the children, who are now 26 and 23, were about 14 and 11, and I'd run, and it was, one of these mad endeavours of mine, and I said something about being mad, and my sister said, no, we like it for the children, that they've got a different aunt. So now we are having the post-run, the most important bit, the post-run breakfast. And this is a really special breakfast because it's the birthday breakfast. So Jim was 50 last week, I'm 64. Can you believe it?
No, I can't believe it.
And we got presents. I've got a picture. I've got an amazing present. I've got an amazing present. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it, but Jim and Rob did the Dublin Marathon in 2004. And they got a poster. Here's the poster, and it's got all the winners. And there is me somewhere. Can you see?
Yeah, Jim's pointing at you there.
That's my present.
Tell us the year and the time that you did on the...
1985 to 41. And Jim got a present from me.
Julie's finally paying me back with the coffee beans that she consumed of mine, my chocolate coffee beans.
Jim wouldn't let me buy those.
That was the ergogenic choice of
4
8.
or 5 year window, so she's bought me a nice penguin with a coffee bean on it. So that pays back all the coffee beans that she consumed of mine over our ultra career. That's gonna hang up in my whiskey room.
It was our
I think you should put it on.
it was our ergonomic 8.
Also, we must say one more thing. That work is going good. When I beat Ross in the City Marathon, you still had 10 more years of training. You were, because you're younger than me.
Yes, yeah.
10 years younger.
10 more years of training.
And
2012.
then he won it. Won the whole race.
Inspired by the Brownie
It
Brothers.
was less than 10 years later on, wasn't it?
What year did we do the first one?
2003 or 4?
Oh, yeah, it would have been 8 years.
8 years. Actually, I'm 8 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I now.
I never won it. So I'm just going to get a table for one.
So now I have to tell everyone to put thumbs up if they like the video. So we'll all have to ask.
And we recommend running retreats in Eastbourne.
Yes. And also, Jim, you're not quite in. Also, I'm up to 99 subscribers, and I found out this morning that they haven't subscribed.
I don't subscribe to anything. It's not personal.
Well,
Be my way of watching what you're up to.
yeah, absolutely. Well, maybe I'll be 101.
You might be.
So thank you, as always, for running with Jim, Rob and Julie.
Thank you.